The blade dealer, make a nigga forfeit, cause I'm the realest. Hey, niggas talking short shit, I need a million.
Big stepper, yeah, bitch I be stepping. Coolin' kit with the flip switch, bitch that's the weapon. No drama.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access.
This legend bring them sounds at one time.
I'm hard, and we got you. And that's it, man. Go purchase Big Pat Sports Talk merch and support the family, man. And welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you for your support. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today's episode, we got Mr. Michael Lombardi talking about the New York Giants franchise again. He's blasting the New York Giants franchise on the Hard Knocks series, basically saying the New York Giants don't know how to build a team and we have no identity because we let Saquon Barkley go. And he's on the Pat McAfee show, and he's going to talk his talk about the New York Giants once again. So let's listen to what he has to say, and you already know I'm going to chime in. So let's get it.
Speaking of seeing it for the first time, obviously we had Hard Knocks, during the season, training camp, but now we're actually seeing behind the scenes, kind of what you've been doing for a long, long time in the front offices. College scouts talking, pro scouts talking. What's your take on this Hard Knock so far? Because, I definitely have some opinions, but I want to hear your opinion on how Joe and that staff has been handling, and the access. How do you think these GMs going forward are going to feel about Hard Knocks having this access?
Well, I can't believe the access that we've gotten. I think it's a tremendous show, but I can't believe that the access the Giants have allowed inside their building. For me, it's a little bit of a difficult thing to watch, in the sense that the Giants are one of the most historic franchises that I've learned a lot from because of my relationship with Belichick, my relationship with Bill Parcells.
But you continue to bash the Giants every chance you get. Oh, these dudes.
And studying the National Football League. When I first started in 1984, the 49ers and the Giants had some similarities in terms of grading systems and all that. What I find missing in terms of when I watch this show is there's no identity for the Giants. There's no systematic, this is who we are. And that started in 1979 when the great George Young came in and said, basically, we are going to create a system of scouting that is going to put a team on the field that has great size and speed.
Now, as much as I kind of disdain this guy, what he mentions about the New York Giants not having an identity, we here with the Big Blue Crew right here on New York Giants Full Access, we're going to give you truths and we're going to give you our opinions. And our opinions are not going to be based on what's hot and what people will like. It's just going to be a truthful opinion from us. And he's actually kind of right with the identity part. Because when you're a New York Giants fan, as long as I have been, over 30 years, which is crazy. I've been a New York Giants fan for over 30 years. The identity of this team was, first, run the ball, be very good in the trenches on offense, running the ball, going deep down the field off play actions based on the quarterback that we had. Kerry Collins did it, Hostetler did it, Phil Simms did it, Eli Manning did it, the best out of those guys. And getting after the quarterback on the defensive side of the ball. So when he says that we don't have an identity, I believe he's half right. Now, We are getting back to our identity on the defensive side of the ball with Thibodeau, Burns, Ojulari, Dex, Jordan Riley, Phillips, DJ Davidson, Bobbio, McFadden. Like, we're getting back to our roots when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. I have to give my GM and this regime credit for noticing that, hey, we got to get after the quarterback. This is what we do. And we've done it for a long time. Strahan, OC, JPP, Kiwanuka, Taylor, Banks, Marshall, Linville Joseph. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So, on the defensive side of the ball, I do believe we have an identity that we're working towards. Now, the offensive side of the ball, the reason why we don't have an identity is because, one, we got out of our way of doing things when we drafted Odell Beckham. You can say all you want about me about Odell Beckham. I know you love that guy. And we loved him here too when he was with the New York Giants. But it became a Odell Beckham show. It wasn't Giants football. It became Odell Beckham or die. And then we backed that up with Saquon Barkley, another flash player and very popular player that people loved in the media. And we've gotten away from what we really are. We really are a tough running team, smash mouth football, get deep passes off the play action, and our quarterbacks being clutch when we need them to be clutch because the defense continues to get them the ball back. We've always been like that. We haven't been one of those teams where we could just air it out. The closest we were is when we got Odell Beckham. And then we started drafting people like Evan Ingram and Ruben Randall and people like that. It's not till we got back to our roots in 2022 and started running the ball more to where we made the playoffs and won a playoff game. When we got back to our roots, we were a running team. We were a boring team on offense. Let's just say it. We weren't the flash team that put up 31 points a game and all that. That's great, but defense wins championships, man. And we've always been that gritty team winning 20-13, 20-17, 21-20, 24-20, 24-23. Beating you 20-3 or 20-10. Like, we've always been a gritty team. We've never been a flash type team. The one year we were putting up 30 points consistently, we got our butts whooped that season because we couldn't stop anybody. So he's right in that sense when it comes towards the offense. And believe it or not, we didn't lose our identity because Saquon Barkley left. We didn't have an identity when Saquon Barkley was here. We've gotten away from our roots, and you don't do that as an organization. What you have built, and it has been successful for you, you don't break that up to try to fit narratives and fit what everybody believes that you should be doing. No, you've always done it your way, and you've been successful. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And every time we get out of our way, late 60s, early 70s, horrible years. All the way through the mid 90s, horrible years. Because we got away from ourselves. Now, horrible years. We're not going to be the Giants again until we get back to our roots. I don't care what none of you guys say. When you build your identity, don't change it for anybody if it's been successful. And I have to blame that a little bit on John Mara. I have to blame that on Jerry Reese a little bit. I have to blame that on the regimes prior to that. hiring Ben McAdoo, hiring Pat Shurmur because you wanted all this crazy offense. McAdoo, oh, we're going to be this exciting team like we were with the Packers with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Didn't work, did it? We have to get back to our roots, because being a hard-nosed team running the ball with multiple backs, play action, and playing very good defense by getting after the quarterback consistently. That's what we have to get back to. So he's actually kind of right in that sense. But let's get back to it.
I watch this show and I see a team that is basically every player is evaluated individually. So they're adding talent, not building a team. That's my one concern. The second concern.
All right. So his first concern is saying that we're adding talent, but not building a team. So let's look at the talent that we've added. We've added John Runyon, Jermaine Illuminor, Stidham, and a couple of other linemen. We've added Brian Burns. We've added Tyler Nubin on the defensive side of the ball for the most part. And then we added Bobby O and McFadden, and we drafted Malik Neighbors. We drafted Jalen Hyatt the year before. We drafted Wan'Dale Robinson the year before that. We drafted Theo Johnson, and we drafted Bellinger. And we've drafted Thibodeau, Ojulari, Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas. So when you put those guys together, let's just take the receivers for instance. You got Malik Neighbors as your number one. You got Jalen Hyatt that can take the top off the defense, and if he learns route running, can turn into a hell of a receiver too. You got Slayton, that's ultimate pro. You got Wan'Dale Robinson, who you brought in to be that slot guy, kind of like a Wes Welker type guy, to where he can run routes in the middle of the field, get those catches, and get yards. You brought in Theo Johnson, a guy that can stretch the field at the tight end position. And you got Bellinger, who's the ultimate possession type tight end for him, who I do believe has some talent to get down the field if you allow him to do it. You drafted Andrew Thomas. They didn't draft Andrew Thomas. You drafted Evan Neal to pair with Andrew Thomas. Evan Neal is not panning out the way that you want to, but you added two veterans, actually three veterans that came off very good seasons to shore up this line. Is that not team building? Is that not finding your weaknesses and adding players there? They didn't just go after the top player on every board. They didn't just throw a bunch of money at these guys just to throw money at them because they're a name. That's what the Miami Dolphins do. Yeah. They do that every year. They get a bunch of veteran players that go there to just chill out for the rest of their careers. They don't win anything, and they sign major free agents almost every damn year. That's what you're talking about. That's who just adds people just to add people. They do it every year. With your defense, you draft Thibodeau, you bring in Brian Burns. You already had Ojulari on the team. But you get two bookend ends with Brian Burns and Thibodeau. Thibodeau on the rise. Brian Burns, one of the better edge rushers in the league. Dex, he was already here, which was a gift. You draft Tyler Nubin to pair with Pinnock, who can roam all over the field, who comes up to make tackles. So does Tyler Nubin, and they both can roam the field. You draft Deonte Banks to be the number one corner, and he shined last year. Cordell Flott, is still out there on him if he's going to be that good. You draft Andrew Phillips to be a physical corner in the slot because you play the Washington Commanders twice, who puts McLaurin or Dotson in the slot. You play the Cowboys twice, who put CeeDee Lamb in the slot. You play the Eagles twice, who likes to put Smith in the slot. So you need a tough corner that can hold up. And that's what they drafted Andrew Phillips for. So they have a plan. It's not like they just adding pieces just to add pieces. So what are you talking about, Mr. Lombardi? Mr. I know what the Giants should be doing, but I haven't had a GM job, and who knows who, man. I can't remember the last GM job he had. So that's false. But let's go.
I watched last night's show. Look, to me, the off season is about you sit in a room as a general manager during the season and you have three things that you're working on. You're working on your team and you have to put together a list. Here's what we must have in order to have a competitive team next year.
So didn't they put that list together? Didn't they put that list just in case we lose Saquon Barkley? We have these running backs that we can go after. We need to fix our offensive line. Didn't they go and get 4 offensive linemen? We need to get a better edge rush to get after the quarterback. Didn't they go and trade for Brian Burns? We need to replace Xavier McKinney. Didn't they go draft Tyler Nubin? We need better slot corner play. Didn't they draft Andrew Phillips? We're going to need a tight end because Darren Waller, we don't know if he's going to retire or not. Didn't they draft Theo Johnson? Didn't they show that they had a whole board full of players that they could go after for certain things, and then they targeted certain players, and didn't they get those players from other teams after they got offers from other teams? Didn't they go get 2 guards when he said the guard play was absolutely horrible? Didn't they go get 2 guards that are pretty doggone good, Illuminor and John Runyon and Stidham? Didn't they plan if Evan Neal doesn't pan out that you can move light-skinned Jermaine to the right tackle? I think these are planned moves, man. But hey, bash the Giants. That's what people are good at.
And those 4 things are in one column. This is what we need to have a better team next year. That's column 2. And this is what we want to have as a better team. That came from Bill Parcells.
And that's what they did, sir. Did you not watch the video? Did you not watch the Hard Knocks?
Didn't come from Michael Lombardi. That came from Bill Parcells. He was the one that echoed that. And you work off of that list. And when you enter into free agency, you're entering in based on how you've set up your team needs. What do we want to do? How do we improve it? And then you figure out what player you can get that can adhere to those things. And so when I watch it, everything comes down to we can get this guy. Okay, well, maybe we get that guy. And then everybody has a different of opinion. The one thing the great Charlie Munger once said, he said, if you want to make a bad decision, ask a lot of people. And that's what I watch when I see that.
Speaking of seeing,
so him speaking about the Giants not really having a plan going forward, and everything that he just said that you should be doing as an organization when it comes to bettering your team, they did it. The exact way that he said it, they did it. So what is he talking about? This is what I don't understand. It's like people don't really watch what the Giants do. They just bash them. And people just take it as gospel, man. You mean to tell me after watching Hard Knocks, these guys didn't have a plan? You mean to tell me watching Hard Knocks that all these guys weren't working together to get certain players on this team and they actually did it? You didn't see on Hard Knocks that, hey, we wanted this player, but we can't get him. Oh, we wanted this player, but we couldn't get him because we couldn't do this. No, they got just about every player they wanted back. They were not going to pay Xavier McKinney $17 million to be the second highest paid safety in the league. They didn't believe he was the second best safety in the league. And Saquon Barkley was out of the price range. But they wanted Jermaine Illuminor. They got him. They wanted John Runyon. They got him. They wanted Devin Singletary. They got him. They wanted Brian Burns. They got him. So what are we really talking about here? If you don't like the moves they did, just say you don't like the people that they got, but don't say they don't know what they're doing and they don't know how to make a plan to go and form a plan and execute it. They did that to perfection. But these dudes just talk, man, here on Twitter, man. And you know what? I'm going to start doing Twitter videos showing you how these dudes be talking. And then we're going to sit back and evaluate the way that these dudes talk. So, yeah, I'm going to start doing reactions to you guys, too. Here on Twitter. I'm going to start doing reactions to you guys, too. And we're going to see exactly what you dudes be saying, how you be saying it, and how you sound when you say it. So be prepared for that. New York Giants Full Access Twitter Spear episodes. We gonna see what you dudes be saying. So be on the lookout, because you might be one of the guys that I see and see what you're saying. And then when I go live, if you got something to say about it, then come say it to me. So it is what it is, man. Michael Lombardi, blast the Giants again. What else is new? I tell you what's going to be new. This New York Giants team, 2024. We're going to surprise some people, man. Just wait and see. But thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button, and join the Big Blue crew and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. And cop you some merch. Not gonna tell you guys again. If you don't cop you some merch, you're gonna have to see me, man. I'm telling you. Go ahead. Don't cop it. Keep clicking. Keep clicking. Over 178 clicks on my merchandise. Y'all better get y'all some merch, man, and stop playing. But thank you guys for watching, and until the next episode, you know what it is, man. Peace.
Hitting the mic, spitting the facts, coming with full access. Big Pat in the house with giant tactics. Eli's handoff, rapping the classics. 90s beats, we blast this in New York. Big Blue. Where the G-men roam, Super Bowls in the vault, that's the Empire's home. Red, white, and blue, where the legends are grown. Giants full access, this the zone, got the tone.